Part 15. The future uncertain. Sometimes love isn't easy. But maybe that's what makes it worth fighting for. After all the obstacles Sarah and Jason have faced, they've finally found a way to come back to each other. But now that they've decided to fight for their love, the road ahead is still uncertain. They know it won't be perfect, and there will be challenges to face, both from the world around them and within themselves. But there's one thing they're sure of. They're ready to face it all as long as they're together. The emotional journey they've been on has brought them closer, taught them more about each other and about themselves. They've learned that love is about more than just the good moments. It's about showing up when things get tough. It's about choosing each other even when the future is uncertain. And now, as they take the next step, they realize they're not just fighting for their relationship, they're fighting for something deeper, a future that's theirs to build. The decision to move forward together feels like the right one. There's a new sense of hope between them, but the reality of their situation quickly sinks in. It's not going to be an easy road. Both Sarah and Jason have personal challenges to overcome, and there are still external pressures that threaten their connection. The doubts they had before haven't disappeared completely, and the weight of their past decisions looms over them. For Sarah, it's the lingering fear that history might repeat itself. She can't forget the pain of their breakup, the feeling of being abandoned when she needed him the most. She's scared of getting hurt again, scared of investing in something that could fall apart once more. And while she's committed to fighting for their love, the fear of losing him is always there, just beneath the surface. Jason, on the other hand, is still carrying the weight of his own insecurities. He wants to be everything Sarah deserves, but he knows his own emotional baggage might hold him back. He's afraid of repeating the mistakes of the past, of pushing her away when he feels overwhelmed. He knows that he needs to work through his own fears, but he's not sure if he's strong enough to do it on his own. And then there's the world around them. The office gossip hasn't stopped, and there are still whispers about their relationship. They've already had to deal with judgment, and neither of them is eager to face more of it. The pressure of balancing their professional and personal lives is something they both struggle with, and it's a challenge that won't go away overnight. Despite the challenges, Sarah and Jason are committed to each other. They spend time together, reconnecting in ways they hadn't been able to before. There's an ease between them now, a shared understanding that wasn't there before. They're learning to communicate more openly, to express their fears and hopes without feeling judged. One evening, as they sit together on the couch, Jason takes her hand in his. There's a quiet strength in the way he looks at her. "I'm not perfect, Sarah," he says, his voice sincere. "I know I've made mistakes, and I know I'm still learning, but I want to keep trying. I want to be better for you, for us." Sarah smiles softly, feeling the weight of his words settle in her chest. "I'm not perfect either. I've got my own fears, my own baggage. But I'm willing to face them. I'm willing to face this with you. I just need to know that we're in this together, that we're not going to let go this time." Jason nods, squeezing her hand. "Together. We'll figure it out." In that moment, they both realize something important, that love is more than just a feeling. It's a decision. It's a commitment to show up for each other, even when the future isn't certain. And while the challenges ahead may be tough, they know they'll face them as a team. Their relationship isn't perfect, it's messy, complicated, and uncertain. But it's real. And that's what matters. They're learning that love isn't about avoiding the hard moments, but about finding the strength to push through them together. As time passes, Sarah and Jason continue to face the ups and downs of their relationship. There are moments of doubt, moments where they question if they made the right choice. But in the quiet moments between the chaos, they find comfort in each other's presence. There's a growing sense of security, of trust that wasn't there before. One night, as they sit on the rooftop of Sarah's apartment, looking out over the city, Jason wraps his arms around her. They don't need words to communicate what they're feeling, they can both sense it. They've made it this far and they're willing to keep going. I'm scared sometimes, Sarah admits, her voice quiet in the stillness of the night. Scared that we'll never get to where we want to be. Jason pulls her closer, pressing a gentle kiss to the top of her head. Me too. But I know this, if we keep fighting for each other, we'll get there. We'll make it. And in that moment, Sarah realizes that it's not the destination that matters. It's the journey, the ups, the downs, the fights, the makeups, the quiet moments together. It's all worth it because they're doing it together. Sarah and Jason's relationship is still a work in progress, and they know that the road ahead won't always be smooth. They'll face challenges, some from the outside world, others from within themselves. But they've learned something important. Love isn't about perfection. It's about showing up for each other, even when things are hard. It's about choosing each other over and over again, despite the fear, despite the uncertainty. As they continue their journey together, they know that the future is uncertain, but they also know that they're strong enough to face whatever comes their way. They've already come so far, and as long as they're together, they're ready for whatever's next. If you're dying to know what happens next in Sarah and Jason's story, make sure to subscribe and keep watching for the new season. You won't want to miss it.